Oh boy. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about in this one. So Warner Brothers just released a new TV spot called Beautiful for Godzilla King of the Monsters. And in it, there are some things that could be considered some spoilers, kind of minor. One thing that kind of irked me. But if you want to go into this movie completely blind, knowing nothing about anything plot-wise, click away now. So this trailer starts off with a pretty cool homage to Wizard of Oz. We got kind of a little reference to the old lions, tigers, and bears, oh my.
Rodan. Ghidorah. Mothra.
Oh my.
And it's accompanied by a really cool piano version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So a little Wizard of Oz reference there, which I thought was pretty neat. And I gotta say, whoever's running marketing on Godzilla King of the Monsters and adding all this cool old classic music to like monsters destroying the world, they need a pay raise, because that is really, really good marketing. I think that's a fantastic idea that they're doing that. So the trailer starts off with a couple images we've already seen before, like Rodan, Ghidorah, and Mothra. We get an image of that new scientist guy that we haven't heard much from, saying "Oh my," and then some images of those new Titans that we don't know much about, and then we get a new line from Kyle Chandler here.
They're everywhere.
It's comforting.
There's another really cool shot of Ghidorah kind of looking down at Fenway Park. So he's going to mess that place up. As well as there's also another really cool shot of the same shot that we've seen, but the clip lasts longer, where it focuses in on Ghidorah's eye looking directly at Millie Bobby Brown, which is terrifying and awesome. And I'm glad they kind of added a little extended version of that shot there. And man, they're really, really selling Ghidorah being the devil of this universe, with the symbolism of him on the volcano and the cross in the foreground, the devil has three heads type of thing. And I'm not sure if this is Rodan's volcano. It doesn't look like it, but I could be mistaken. Which would lead credence to my aforementioned theory in my previous video that Ghidorah is going to spank Rodan. At least he's going to beat him up, I imagine. So maybe that's him claiming victory on that mountain. Now, this next thing in the trailer I was really, really happy about. It's kind of like the ground level version of Rodan's Aftermath, and I know they've shown him flying overhead, and they said he's like a flying H-bomb. They're going to show him flying overhead, and you see all the destruction, but now they're going down to the ground level here, where they're kind of taking cover under some sort of piece of architecture in what was it, Mexico City, that I think they mentioned that he was at. And this poor kid, I don't think that kid's going to make it, to be honest. I think that's going to be kind of like a tool for building emotion in the story by having this poor little kid get knocked away by Rodan's destruction. So I like that they're showing some ground level stuff on Rodan there. And then possibly one of the coolest shots in the trailer, not quite the coolest, but there's a quick shot of Rodan being a total badass and not even flinching under machine gun fire. And I know that's been established in the Monsterverse before with Kong, but he flinched. Rodan ain't flinching. They're just showing how hardcore Rodan is, because I think they need to. I think that they need to kind of build up how strong he is. And I think, not that they've not done a good job of that, but I like that they're adding new reasons for us to fear Rodan. Now, kind of get into the potential spoilers. I had mentioned in one of my previous videos that they haven't shown much of Mothra, and I think that that's because everything else Mothra does in the film is going to be very important, and this looks like one of those things, and I kind of wish they wouldn't have shown it. While it is a beautiful image, I do wish they wouldn't have shown this. Now, I am almost certain that Mothra will perish, which is a real shame, because apparently that they're going to continue the Monsterverse after Kong vs. Godzilla in 2020, and I think she has great potential in the Monsterverse, but I'm almost certain she will die in this film. It looks like this is where she is going to kind of take that blow. Her wings are all burned up even before Ghidorah hits her with that lightning. You can see her wings are singed. She might do that thing that she's done in previous Godzilla films. I don't know if they're going to do the energy transfer thing, but she has sacrificed herself in the past. So we'll see. I do not want this to be the end of Mothra right here, but I am kind of expecting it. I wish they wouldn't have put this in the TV spot, but I guess it is a point of discussion because it could go either way. But on the bright side, it is confirmation that she goes toe-to-toe with Ghidorah, the runner-up to the throne. He's not going to get it. Ghidorah's going to die hard. And next, another potential spoiler. This one kind of bothers me, actually. Now, we know the humans are going to side with G-Man here. Kyle Chandler even says, this time we will join him. But it's all about the journey, right? Like, we know that that's going to happen. And I have speculated in my previous videos that Vera Farmiga's character will have a change of heart, because they were kind of pushing that she was the villain with the first two trailers. And that could have even been a misdirect, because right here she says,
unless we set Godzilla free.
And it's seemingly from the same video as the first trailer, that little video message she has going on. Presumably she's been captured by Targaryen. What's his name? Charles Dance. So at least there's still mystery to the plot here, but this seems to be confirming that she wants to free Godzilla. And I just don't think it's right for this TV spot. I wish they kind of would have left that line out completely, because her character was one of the many mysteries of this film, and I was really hoping to see her arc, if she even has an arc now, unravel. So I just kind of wish they wouldn't have put this in here, but it does leave for a good discussion. So she does say that she wants to set G-Boy free. Is he not free? I don't know. I haven't actually really been following too much of any plot leaks or anything, but it's interesting because we know that he's in his little temple thing or whatever, but is he stuck there, or does she simply mean that he's not actually trapped, but she wants to set his potential free, which, spoiler, we've kind of had confirmed that Burning Godzilla is going to be in this. So is she just saying that we need to set his full potential free? It's interesting to talk about. So if you guys want to discuss that in the comments below, let me know about that one. How do you feel about that line being in there? Got another cool shot here of Ghidorah wagging his tail like a big old kitty. And another cool angle of their aerial fight. So that is probably going to be one of the coolest sequences of the film. And we get a cool angle. And it actually looks like Rodan's got the upper hand after tackling him. So maybe Rodan in the skies is actually stronger than Ghidorah, because Ghidorah's got more like mystical, magical powers with electricity, and Rodan's just straightforward pile driver. So that's kind of cool to know that at least Rodan's going to hopefully put up a fight there. I think he'll get spanked still. And I'm curious here as to what Barnes, O'Shea Jackson's character, is saying is messed up. I'm sure there are a ton of things in this film that are messed up, but it's interesting to put in a TV spot, and I want to see. And now for one of my favorite images in the entire TV spot. This is an image of Godzilla going nose to nose, slightly literally. He's not that nose to nose, but technically, with Monarch and our heroes of the film. It seems to me that there's going to be a section of the film where they're trying to gain Godzilla's trust, which I think is awesome. That scientist is even saying, good thing he is on our side. So we all know that the humans are going to side with Godzilla on this one. We don't really have a choice. But it's an awesome shot. And I like how Godzilla always looks pissed, because in reality, he's probably not angry. That's just how his brow looks. And he's like looking at them and he looks like he's snarling, but I think that's just how his face looks. And he's probably just trying to get a closer look at these guys. And it's just hyper intimidating. I also like that added little bit of intimidation he gives them, where he's like, okay, I won't kill you guys right now. If you prove to be cool, I won't kill you at all. But I'm just going to slap my tail into the water and give you a little scare. I thought that was cool. I like Godzilla. I like how he seems very intelligent without them making it seem cartoony. And then an incredible looking sequence where Ken Watanabe touches Godzilla, looking at him. They're making eye contact. And again, Godzilla looks angry, but he always just looks angry. He actually looks pretty calm or hurt here. But he hasn't killed Serizawa up to the point where Serizawa's touching his face. So I think that's a really cool moment. And I think that that's great that they're showing Serizawa's obsession with Godzilla, putting aside the fact that his life is in extreme peril by walking up face to face with Godzilla, possibly even to his own death. And I think he might die, whether it's here or somewhere else in the film, which is a shame because I love Serizawa, but it would add some good emotional weight to the story. But, oh man, just the fact that he gets to touch Godzilla's face when you can tell he's so obsessed with this, creature / god, and Godzilla just lets him. I think it's a really cool moment. And you can see like how much his hand is shaking, like he's nervous and excited at the same time. But I wonder what Serizawa's doing there. There's rumors that he's going to take whatever this oxygen bomb version is going to be in the film and either use that to awaken or free or whatever they're going to do with Godzilla. Maybe it'll supercharge him. There's been speculation that he's going to basically be supercharged this entire movie when he's, back on land. And it is cool that they're showing that he was pretty hurt at the end of the first film. Now, there are some great shots here of the military and Monarch kind of walking alongside Godzilla in the battle. That shot where they're looking out on the ships at the shoreline, and you just see Godzilla walking through the water, just like wading through the water, is awesome. This leads to probably the coolest lines of the trailer.
This is Godzilla's world. We just live in it.
Damn right.
That's really cool. I'm glad that people are like, on Godzilla's side here. And again, this is one of those instances where technically it's a spoiler. They have literally showed us probably the entire movie right now. I don't think that's going to diminish any of the spectacle. I think seeing it is still going to have its own weight, and there will be surprises. I just wish they wouldn't be showing so much of the final battle, but that's a good line. And in that sequence where it kind of is cutting to shots of us walking along Godzilla, there's a shot which looks like it's from that plane. And I originally thought it was just Ghidorah flopping around destroying stuff or something, but it's actually, if you look closely, it's Godzilla after he's got Ghidorah's 2 heads and he's wrestling him. I'm glad there's going to kind of be like some old Showa era fighting in this one. Like it's going to be cool that they're actually going to be like almost wrestling in a way and smacking each other and using their abilities and stuff. I'm super, super excited for that. That Godzilla versus Ghidorah fight is probably going to be one of the coolest things cinematically this year at the very least. And then the trailer finishes off with the money shot of his atomic breath energy supercharge coming from the tip of his tail all the way up to the top of his head, and he roars out. And this time I noticed this was kind of cool. While I love the original roar, the Showa roar, the Heisei roar, all the roars, I love Godzilla's roar. I think it's very interesting how it's almost overshadowed completely by how much atomic energy is coming out of his mouth. Like you kind of just hear the crackling and a deep bellowing, as opposed to, Godzilla's kind of high-pitched roar. I can't tell if I love that yet or not. Let me know what you guys think. Would you rather hear his actual roar or this kind of deeper one with the atomic energy bellowing out of it? And that's basically the trailer, guys. I think that is amazing. I do not want to see any more. No more. Nothing. I don't want to be spoiled of anything. I feel like the marketing has been so fantastic that we're kind of overlooking the fact that they have basically showed us almost the entire film. And I don't want to see the entire film until I'm in the theater. So let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this film? What do you think about this TV spot? How do you rank it between trailer 1, trailer 2, Intimidation, and Beautiful? This is probably, I didn't even think of a ranking yet. I'll put that in the comment section down below for you guys. But let me know, how do you rank these trailers? What do you think the marketing team is doing right? What would you rather see? And what are you most excited about in the film? Guys, that's all I got for you. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.